Alright, so I am always asked about the gear that I use and all the stuff that I use to record my videos on this channel here. Today we're going to take a complete walkthrough of everything I use to make my videos. We're going to be looking at the guitars, my amp, my extensive pedalboard collection, my DAW, my interface, speakers, microphones, everything that I use to make my videos. Now today's video is sponsored by Sweetwater, so thanks to the guys at Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. I'm going to be leaving links to all the stuff that I mentioned below. Any purchase you make off Sweetwater using any of the links below does help this channel and allows me to spend more time and resources on making these videos for you guys. So check out the gear below, but also anything you need off Sweetwater, use the links below, and I always appreciate the support. So we're going to dive right into it. Let's start with the guitars. We're going to look at the guitars. Now, I am a Kiesel artist, so I primarily use Kiesel guitars on this channel, especially in the last 1.5 to 2 years. So I really am going to be focusing on the gear that I regularly use on this channel. It's not going to be a complete guitar collection video, but if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments below and maybe we can do that for a future video. So the first guitar we're going to take a look at is the Kiesel JB Numbers tribute guitar. This is my first Kiesel guitar that I ever got, and it is very, very special to me because it pays tribute to one of my favorite guitar players ever, Mr. Jason Becker, one of the most talented musicians and players to ever touch the instrument. And this was a guitar that I absolutely had to have in my collection to pay tribute to one of my favorites. And also, I just love the design of this guitar, I really do. It's kind of a polarizing design online. Most people, I would say, like it. And then some people are just despised by the colors on this guitar. But I love it. It is a fantastic guitar. It's funny, with the numbers on the fretboard, I often get comments thinking that this is like a beginner's guitar or, you know, something to help you get started. And then they look it up online and they're like, oh, never mind, that's not a beginner's guitar. But it's super fun, super different looking, and definitely attracts a lot of attention online too. Any video I ever post with this guitar I find gets a lot of views because people are always really interested in the guitar. Next up, we have my first custom build from Kiesel. This is my A2 that you guys probably see the majority of the time on this channel. This is the guitar I usually go to pick up every single day. The workhorse that I wanted it to be originally. Absolutely beautiful flamed roasted maple fingerboard there with a roasted maple neck. Swamp ash body with antique ash finish. You got the DiMarzio pickups. I'm a DiMarzio artist. So you have the tone zone pickup in the bridge and the Air Norton in the neck. Amazing guitar. Just, I can't say enough about this guitar. The bridge that probably won't get me going back to Floyd Rose bridges anytime soon, just because this bridge is so easy to use, so low maintenance, but also stays in tune just beautifully, and you can still do all your crazy whammy bar stuff with it. So absolutely love this guitar. This is the one you see the majority of the time. Next up, we have my second Kiesel build, which is the CS6, probably one of the most beautiful guitars I've ever seen in my life. I am a big fan of single cut guitars, Les Paul style guitars, so I definitely wanted to have the Kiesel version of that style of guitar. I could not be happier with how this turns out. Every single time I pick it up, it re-amazes me as to how incredible of a guitar it is. This guitar features the lithium pickups from Kiesel. Wanted to try them out and was kind of planning on maybe upgrading them to DiMarzio since that's what I mostly use, but was so happy with them that they stay in the guitar. I think they sound great. I think they sound amazing. This is a flamed spalted maple top. Just again, just insanely beautiful. So absolutely love this guitar. I'm very, very fortunate to be able to play guitars as beautiful as this. Then we have the crazy Type X 7-string headless, just wild, super fun guitar. This guitar is so much fun to play. It looks wild, as you can see. It plays great. This guitar, it has the DiMarzio deactivator pickup, so again, a slightly different tone with them. Very comfortable fluid neck. It actually has a 14-inch radius, so it has a bit of a almost traditional kind of feel to this guitar compared to the way it looks. You would expect a super flat radius with like jumbo frets, but it's actually a little rounded, 14-inch for a 7-string with medium jumbo frets. But the red inlays, again, I love this guitar. It's just so much fun. Very light, of course, being a headless and a smaller body size, but Just a super fun guitar. And then last but not least, we have the newest edition, which is the SCB guitar from Kiesel. Again, I can't get over how beautiful their guitars are every single time. This one turned out incredible. We have an alder body with a black limba top, as you can see with that nice binding there. Went with the same pickups as the A2, is the Tone Zone with the Air Norton. Ebony fretboard, block inlays, gold hardware, just pure class. Just pure class. Amazing guitar, feels incredible to play, and have to get this into more videos. So when it comes to my tone setup, and bear with me here because I want to show you the gear that I use, a lot of people are surprised most of the time that I go direct into the amp. Pretty much 9 times out of 10, I'm playing direct into this amp right here. We have the Victory Super Kraken, the VX100. Absolutely incredible amp. 100 watts, you can go down to 30 with it. And we have the matching cab, of course, the 2x12 with Celestion V30s. Now here's the funny thing too, is with the settings on the amp, I don't even move those. From cover to cover, song to song, the settings stay like that. And then anything is adjusted post mix. And then down here, as you can see, I'm miking up the cab. Now this is actually one of the newest additions to my setup, is this ribbon microphone here, which is made by Art. I have the SM57, which was the go-to so far, and then at Christmas time, I was lucky enough to get this ribbon microphone. So the last couple covers you guys would have heard is a combination of those two mics being blended together. A lot of studios would use a Royer 121 ribbon mic, but it's such an expensive mic, and especially considering that I'm using it for like YouTube covers and YouTube videos, it's hard to justify spending that much money on a ribbon mic, especially just to blend with the SM57. But this Art mic, without breaking the bank, I think it sounds great and really enhances the SM57 by adding a lot of those kind of missed frequencies that the SM57 doesn't always pick up. So those mics are being fed directly into my interface here, which is also a new addition to my setup. I upgraded from the single input Focusrite to the 8 input here. I just wanted to have more capabilities and not get stuck not being able to mic things with extra mics. Been very happy with it so far. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up, and it has 8 inputs for microphones with phantom power and everything, which is amazing. For my computer underneath here, I have the Mac Studio, which is an absolute beast and handles everything like a total pro. For monitors, I have the IK Multimedia iLoud speakers, which are quite small. If you can see my hand here, quite small in comparison, but very nice, very good tone and very loud. Have the YouTube plaque here, thanks to you guys. So as always, I appreciate it. And then on the other side, we got, of course, the man himself. Picture of Eddie Van Halen to keep you inspired, motivated, and just seeing the best that there ever was. This microphone here is the Audio-Technica 2020, AT2020. That I mostly use for live streaming. You guys will see me use in the live streams. Don't use it very much other than that, but for vocals and for talking, it's a great microphone that again does not break the bank too much. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I will show you my extensive pedalboard collection that I have not shown you guys so far. I get asked all the time about pedals that I use and what I'm running into the amp to get the tones for all my covers, by the way, every single cover. And I haven't really unveiled this to you guys yet, but I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna show you, and let me see if I can lift this up to show you. That's it. This is the only pedal I ever use on this channel. It's not all the time, it's occasionally in some videos. This is it. This is, usually it's not even plugged in, usually I'm just plugged directly into the amp, but this is the only pedal I ever use. Obviously the EVH wah pedal. I mean, you don't get a cooler looking wah pedal than that, obviously, and it sounds amazing. A lot of my pedals I also pick up used, right? So you don't break the bank, and just allows you to kind of experiment with more tones without it being too expensive to, you know, collect a bunch of pedals. But very happy with this one, and this is it. This is all that you've seen in this channel so far. Now, having said that, I am starting to collect more pedals. I'm going down this dangerous route of looking at more and more guitar pedals. You haven't heard any featured on the channel yet, but you will in the coming weeks. And I'm starting to, kind of piece together a bit of a pedal board and see what I want to color my tone with and have some fun with. Mostly modulation and stuff like that. I really, really like the distorted tones I get from the Victory Super Kraken. So I don't really want to steer too far away from that. The Crunch channel provides a very warm, kind of Marshall-like tone, and then channel 2 is that high gain, American kind of sound. You have such options, such diversity of options within just the amp that maybe you put a boost in front of it, but actually the amp has a built-in boost. It has the preamp focus switch that is basically a tube screamer in front of the preamp. The amp does it all really when it comes to distortion and tone that way. But again, having a little bit of fun with pedals. So I will be showing you guys what I pick up in the next couple weeks. But yeah, everything so far is just that. That's it. And then if you guys are interested in the actual video setup, I have 2 of these little cameras here. This is the Sony ZV-E10 or ZV-E10 for us Canadians. And it is a great little camera that's not too expensive. It's got the flip out screen, which is nice so I can see myself as I'm recording and see if I'm in frame. Again, not too expensive of a camera. You can change the lenses. The one that I'm using right now has a Sigma lens, a wide angle lens that is just a little bit sharper, and then this one has the kit lens on it, which I also like, and it looks great and it picks up really good color and everything. So that's why I haven't upgraded this lens yet. Don't really need to. It's really nice, especially as a second shot or a B-roll shot. And then what I'm usually using for audio are just these little lapel mics right here. And the funny thing is, I think these things sound great and they always pick up good sound. I don't even mix the sound, by the way. I don't EQ my voice or even compress it or anything. It picks up a pretty good sound by itself, especially if it's close to the audio source, which in this case is my mouth. These are 20 bucks on Amazon, like actually $20, and super cheap. I have a couple of them, but they sound great. Plug them straight into the camera so that there's no syncing issues afterwards. And then again, I have just this little mount box light here that is usually positioned just so that you guys can see me fairly well. And that's it. It's a fairly simple setup and not too expensive of a setup. As with my guitar tone and as with my recording, as with my DAW and my recording interface, I like to try to do as much as I can with as little as I can. I like to try to get as much out of what I have instead of just trying to add more and more. So even with my recording, I don't use a ton of plugins. I have a couple that I might go to, but not a lot. I try to keep a fairly simple setup and it works for me. It allows me to get out content quickly, work fast, and create more content for you guys, which is always fun. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Again, check out any of the links below to some of the gear that I use. Thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. Again, it helps out the channel if you use the links to get anything you want on Sweetwater. So have fun and go shopping. And I really appreciate all the support as always from you guys. So thank you. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what pedals you think I should check out, because again, I'm in this kind of pedal phase right now. So let me know below what you think I should be adding to the board and trying out. But I always appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.